In this session, we trying to solve an example regarding orthogonal bases and orthogonal sets. Okay, so how we know the given set is a orthogonal basis or not? So in a previous video, or I already explained that if a given set is an orthogonal basis, then they follow two condition. Okay, two condition. The first condition is what? The first condition is x1 y1 minus x1 x2 y2 plus x2 y1 plus 2 of x2 and y2. Okay, so this is the condition. Okay, so this condition, this will be equal to 0, and the next condition is either the given set is linearly independent. Given set should be linearly independent. Okay, so the given set should be linearly independent. So here we try to solve this question. So first of all, what we have to do, let's suppose we have a first example 1. This set should be linearly independent. We already know that if the given set is a linearly independent, then the basis, not a basis, the determinant should be equal, the determinant is greater than is equal to 0. Okay, so determinant is greater than is equal to 0. So here the same thing will be follow. Let's suppose we have a one vector space 1, 0 and 0, 1, the standard basis of dimension 2. So we already know that the determinant of this is equal to 1, which is greater than 1. So it's a orthogonal basis. Now here we do our second example, the R3 standard dimensional basis. We already know that the identity matrix 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 1. We already know that the determinant of this is 1. So it is also a linear, it's also a linearly independent, and this is an orthogonal basis. Let we take a different example. Let's suppose we have one example like that, 3, 4 4 comma of minus of 3, and another one is 2 comma minus of 3. Okay, 2 comma minus of 3. We already said that the dimension. Okay, let's suppose we already know that the given set is linearly independent. We already studied in a basis, in a property of basis, the basis, if you add another element, let's suppose you add the another element, and your existence vector set is not an spanning set, so it's not form a basis also. So here same thing, we already know that it cannot be form a linear basis, and the determinant of the 3, one second, we already know that the determinant of the 3 4 4 minus 3 and 3 of minus of 2 of minus of 3. Okay, so 2 of minus of 3 is what it's become. We already know it's a become 0. If we already know that how to find a linear, how to know whether the given set is linearly independent or not. So here we use a method. Okay, I will show a proof of you. Let's suppose 3 alpha plus 4 beta is equal to 0. Okay, and okay, so one second, we multiply by alpha for 3, 4, we multiply by with coefficient alpha. Okay, and for this beta, so plus of beta of 4 comma of minus of 3, and gamma for 2 comma of minus of 3. Okay, so we have the three alpha plus 4 beta. Okay, so we already have 3 alpha plus 4 beta plus of 2 gamma, so there is no negative any meaning. Okay, so we have this, and another equation become the 4 alpha plus minus 3 of beta plus 3 of gamma. Okay, so not a plus, it's a minus 3, it's a minus 3 of gamma. So we get here your equation which all these three, so it's all these three are is equal to 0. 1 second. One second. Okay, so the gamma part is equal to gamma is equal to 0 is equal to 0. Okay, so here we got these two equation. If we let me solve this two equation. Okay, so here we for equation first we multiply by with 4 3s are 12 plus 4 alpha 4 is 16 beta plus 2 of gamma plus 8 of not 2, it's a 8 of gamma is equal to 0, and we multiply by 3 with this second equation, so we get 12 alpha minus of 6 of beta minus of 6 of gamma is equal to 0. Okay, and we subtract this thing. Okay, so minus this cancel, either here minus become plus, so it came with okay, so here it's came with 22 of beta, and we know the minus become the plus, so it's become plus, and it's become 8y 6 8 gamma 6 gamma, so it will be equal to plus of 14 of gamma is equal to 0. So you get this thing. Okay, and we already know that this is the dependent thing. Okay, if we solve much more, so here we get 11 beta is equal to minus of 7 gamma, which is linearly dependent. Okay, beta is dependent on gamma, and we already know that this in example 2 the given set is a dependent set. So if whenever the set is the dependent, so there is a no orthogonal basis, so it's not forming a orthogonal basis. Okay, let's we take a third example. Okay, we take a third example here, fourth example of our this session, which is equal to 2 comma 1 comma of minus 1 is equal to minus 1. 1 second. Minus 1 comma of 1 comma of minus of 1, and 3 comma minus of 3 comma of 3. Okay, so this is the basis, and okay, so if we convert this thing into determinant, so it look like that. One second, it's too much near. 2 1 minus of 1 minus of 1 1 minus of 1 and 3 minus of 3. Okay, So what we have to do, we have to just calculate a determinant. Okay, so here we calculate a determinant. So 2 into 3 ones are 3 minus of 3, okay, plus, not plus, minus of 1. So next one is minus of 1, and minus of 1 into minus of 3 into plus of 3, and next thing is minus of 1, which one is a 3 into 3 minus of 3, and this is minus of 3, okay, and which is equal to 0. And we already know that if the given set is equal to 0, then it's a dependent set. So if the determinant of the given vector spaces is equal to 0, so it's a dependent set. So it is it's a dependent set. That's why it's not an orthogonal basis. It's not orthogonal basis. Okay, so here we end our session. I hope you will be understand. You have to just focus only one rule. Let's suppose if you get any kind of vector, okay, and the dimension, if the, let's suppose you get a vector space, okay, you get a vector space, you get any vector space. If the given vector space, the set of the given vector space is making the matrix square matrix, then just calculate the determinant. If the determinant is equal to 0, then it means that the following set is a dependent set. If it is greater than 1, it's an independent set. And let's suppose if you have, it's not forming a square matrices, okay, so what you have to do, you have to just let's suppose you have a 2 vector, okay, let's suppose you have a 2 vector, let's suppose you have a 3, 4, 1 second, you have the vector 3, 4, 6, and you have the another vector 2, 4, 1. So you get a 2 vector. So what you have to do now, multiply 2 constant, okay, multiply 2 constant with this vector. So this 3, 4, 6 alpha, and then beta is equal to 2, 4, 1. And what you have to do now, if you know the position, this is the first position, this is the second position, this is the third position. However, we know that we do the in 3D coordinate x, y, z. So what you have to do now, you have to add a x component of this from x component of this. Let's suppose you have the v 1 second, you have the let's suppose alpha, your v1 is equal to this, your v2 is equal to this, okay. So what you have to do, you have to just add this thing, okay. So let's suppose 3 alpha plus 2 beta, you understand, and equate with 0. You have to do equate with 0. So 4 alpha plus 4 beta is equal to 0, and 6 alpha plus beta is equal to 0. And let's suppose if your alpha and beta got, if you got the value of your alpha and beta is equal to 0, it means that the given set is a linearly dependent set, okay. And if you got the value of the some constant of alpha and beta, so it's become a linearly independent set. We already know that if we solve this question, okay, if we solve this question, we get here, let's suppose this is our equation 1, this is our equation 2, okay, this is our equation 3, 1, 2, 3, and we equate now. Let's suppose we equate 1 and 6. So here if we equate 1 and 6, we get alpha is equal to 0 and alpha is equal to 0, beta is equal to 0. So we already know that the value of the alpha and beta is equal to 0, the constant are 0. So if the constant are 0, your following vector space is not an orthogonal basis. If the alpha and beta have the some value, let's suppose your alpha and beta get some value, if you get alpha some value or beta some value or both alpha and beta value, then yeah, it's become a linearly independent set.